Ganasi, Inesibi, Onananiki, Nasakani, Bunaka, Shekona, Inisikona, Nekupa, Isikona, Likolo, Ma, Ikona, Sikena, Sikibonaka, Tenoko, Ma, Senaka. Morning, morning, morning. Top of the day, getting of another life-giving experience from our Creator and our ancestors who energize us with life, with breath, to do things of a righteous nature, to be positive, to be constructive. I'm kind of, I'm still kind of, I'm sad because of the brother Nipsey Hussle. He did all these great things, and I wasn't even aware of the brother. I'm being honest. I didn't know him as a rapper or nothing, until this uh, horrendous thing happened to him. His life was taken. But all the pieces that's involving his life to be taken, kind of, I'm perplexed about that. Like I'm perplexed about how we be treating each other and stuff like that. But so, excuse me for the beginning of this. I just want to say, you know who I am. Humam Abdulmalik, your host of Blackanized Report. Global experience and motivation and stimulation for our Black nation, for the uplifting of us as people, humanity, and not in a racist perspective, but based on race, because if we don't get that taste of that again of who we are and significantly not barter our way of life, our religion, our own holidays, our own religion for this this trickology of these holidays and religion of this class of people that are more like broken glass people. They're not even transparent. They hide behind lies and hide behind deception. And they do everything to, like, don't allow us to grow to the next level. When people do great things, as Brother Hustle did, of our persuasion, they always got somebody in the back. They had to all the time, most of the time, be black to make it look like black on black crime and manipulate the people's mind. And then, people do be talking about conspiracy theory and this and that. But the reality is, this is what these people do. That's a fact. Great quote, my brother. We both like that, though. Great morning, my older, wise brother from another mother whose blood is from the origin of life. Our bloodline's a royal bloodline from that royal divine light. So we have to merge on that, merge into that, in the thinking, in our psychic, in our conscious and subconscious, in our mind, in our physical apparatus, in our computer, which is the brain. Everything about us we got to bring on that reality. The reality of who we are is a divine entity, organic living being. Uh, And we can't keep doing the same thing, man. We can't. I don't know why we have the mental problems that we have. Because sometimes I be around people and they just go into another dimension or something. Not, I mean, in this school, Lord, but they be mentally, I mean, it seems as though they're intelligent, or not, or they do, they are intelligent to a certain point or degree, but when something, don't go their way or something, they become discombobulated and go off key, and the energy and the frequency and the vibration be tarnished, I would say. It be, off key. Good morning, my brother Chris, Matthew, Samia. Great day, my brother. I'm kind of, there's a lot of things, not a lot of things, but things that's weighing on me and pulling me down to this earth. And it's giving weight to kind of sadness, man. To see how people keep going through the same things that we go through. And we greater than that, man. If we just get a grip on ourselves and be divine in our essence, we won't have to trip over the blessings that we have as the Khalifa, the rulers of this planet, the ones that are the caretakers of the planet, not the ones that hurt the planet, not the ones that will cut down all the trees. So, trees help us breathe. I'm talking about big, giant trees like they did in South America. Now they're in Africa doing the same thing. Not only the trees, but they're messing with the bees. You know what the bees do. They pollinate the plants and flowers and all that. And we need that. That's what the Creator put in effect. See, but we can't go against our own living, process of living, because we can't follow those people who want control as capitalists. Capitalists want to control everything and have us to be consumers and live in pain, sort of, because a lot of us don't even realize the status quo. Some of us be reaching for it, though, and some of us don't deal with our true aspirations because they make our aspirations out of our reach, and through their commercialized lies on that they give us, they promote subliminally through the commercials on the TV, on the radio, or whatever. They try to program us as or into robot control, or selling our soul, becoming predators, and all these things. And we sometime, not sometime, but all the time, some of us can't even see or hear the transmission that they got for their mission to keep us down. Because we haven't purified our souls and our bodies and our minds and our temple. And the reality, this reality, we have to come into unity, one mind and one thinking, one purpose, one aim. And under the spirituality and the divine essence of one creator, the supreme entity that brought us into being, brought all existence into being, into the reality of in this realm, in this dimension. But there's many more, because the universe is always unfolding. There's many more planets and all that, many more suns where life could be. But we are here on the planet Earth. We was here first. far as humanity go, as far as human beings go. But we got to get ourselves together and grow, continue to grow into the light and grow into the light and become the light, become enlightened, so we can stop our eternal fighting against ourselves when we got a natural enemy that want to mislead us into temptations and argumentations and even murder of each other for reasons that they had, to stop a movement, stop the growth and development of a people or an individual who's for the people, to take the energy out of this realm and dimension. Because the energy is powerful, was powerful, that Brother Nipsey Hussle had. And what he did, what he done, and what he was doing is what is the greatest, it was the greatest endeavor that been here for a while. And I want to give a shout out. Somebody told me Jay-Z gave the children a trust fund for a lot of money. I want to tip my hat to Brother JC. I want to tip my hat to Nick Cannon, who said, I'll take up the banner of dealing with the documentation of Dr. Xavier that the brother Nipsey was doing. And people, I think, around the United States, I know they did it here in Washington, different kind of like visuals, with the crowd of people. I hope they really come together in the spirit, not only Nipsey Hussle, but as in us as a people, and trying to keep our unification going and growing. Because in this day and time, if we lose our mind, we're going to be at each other's throat. I see it all the time, man, when it's not necessary. And it sometimes be the leaders. But it's something going on in that leadership, on that ship of leadership. And I want us to know that it is April. This is Poetry Month. This is also emancipate yourself from mental slavery. I want you to see this. Join the self-care revolution. See, revolution is on all levels because they attack us on all levels. See, they got a medical industrial complex that we think the drugs are in the street, but the drugs are in the drugstore and from the doctors in the hospitals. And that's the most money-making apparatus in the drug world because they're hitting us from all sides. They're hitting us from where we got to, we medicate ourselves, this being, because we can't deal with our problems. And then we develop some illness or something like that. And then they give us a lot of pills from the pharmaceutical and the doctors in the hospital. And these things are things that cripple us in our growth and development. My brother said, do you have others, a guy who work you? I don't understand your question, Chris. Do you have others, guys who work with you? So I think it'll be saying work with you. I'm with a lot of, not a lot, but I'm with a few organizations. You don't know, I can say it now. I go to the masjid on Fridays. I haven't been back to the synagogue on Saturdays. I go to church on Sundays. And I want to go to the Buddhist temple. I want to go to the Taoist. I want to go to all these different entities of spirituality or religion, not religion, but spirituality and divine essence. Because religion is man made, religion is therefore divide and conquer, mythology. So I don't deal with that. I deal with spirituality, universal and divine essence. And I do deal with the Brothers Huddle. I deal with Union Temple. I deal with the Nation of Islam. Uh, you say with you, do you have others or God who work with you, with me, work with me? Yeah, I got you. Well, I do a lot of work because I'm an ANC commissioner and I'm an activist. I'm a revolutionary. I'm a spiritual warrior. My activity will seem like it's none, but I'm a say I'm an alpha male, a lone wolf, and but I can communicate, and I'm a people's person. So I see you on the street, I be talking to you, and in my deliberation, I make a connection, and people, young and old, like stop in their tracks and listen. So by me being on this divine mission, I'm able to reach their soul, and that's how that go. Uh, experience things like we experience it in the day. We don't protect our leaders. We don't know what may come, but we need to protect our leaders, man, that's really doing some things in our community, wherever they're at on the planet, man. And here's a thing that got me perplexed too, and I feel so bad. In South Africa, the South Africans are beaten to death other Africans from other parts of Africa that come there to like open businesses and working and this and that. And they be beating these people to death but they don't do nothing to the Afrikaners that has exploited them in colonization and everything, took the gold and diamonds, they control that resource. And that don't sit well with me. It can't sit well with anybody. How can they who are African, they from a different country, that's all. But we still this here. But they want to beat them because they've come from another part of Africa and open businesses in South Africa or something like that. But they allow these Afrikaners come in here and control the gold and diamonds and all that, and they don't say nothing after they had them living in shacks and all that for all them years, for decades. But they develop a fear for them, but a hatred for one another when it should be love and healing. How can we come together in unification when you're doing these things to each other? Well, I've been this away, I guess I can say, for the last 7 years, I know. But it's all, I ain't gonna say all my life, but it's just you be groomed from times, but it don't get on that level of being spiritual or divine. But I know for sure, and 7 years ago, that's when my third eye opened. I mean, the euphoria, or whatever energy, whatever you want to call it, came into me, and from that day to this day is the way I am in the divine perspective, in the divine mind, and what we call spirituality. And that's my reality. Because I was chosen by the Lord to be the emissary. When and after I was chosen, after the energy came into me, I sold my soul to the Creator. And that's where I'm at. Again, this is emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And April the 30th, it will be a show hosted by the gracious Karen Khadija Abdulmalik Davis folks on Emancipation Day. April 30th, and those of us who have received rewards from this freedom train to bring us within the context of being drug free, not just drugs on the street, but the drugs on the street too. But we are dealing with the pharmaceutical drugs. That's the real drugs, because it's legal drugs that they have us taking from the hospital, from the pharmacy, and all that. But it has an effect on us because we really don't need it. We need the natural medicines of fruit and vegetables in the medicine cabinet of the Creator and our ancestors. That's what we need, and that's what we're going to do. How you doing, my sister Keon Bassett? I hope everything is well with you. I apologize for, you know what I'm talking about. But you're a strong sister, you're a warrior sister, and that's how it is. We got to be warriors, but we gotta deal with our mind. God day, my brother. Good day, I guess. Chris saying something else. We got to be more spiritual. We got to be more mental and hold on to our. We got to deal with self control and self discipline. Because if we don't, there can be somebody missing. You know how that go in this realm, in this dimension, and you know your ability to stay in control as a queen. You got to do that. You got to be that in the essence of who you are. You know, from heart to heart. Stay strong, because anything can happen, and we're already hurting each other. And we need to stop that, because we're leaders, and that's what we got to be. And I love you as who you are, the chairperson of AB, ANC. And you just continue to have a great day and a great life, and keep growing, keep doing your thing, but do it as a queen with self-discipline, self-control. And I see what's going on. It's just like I don't know, agent provocateur, I don't know, a foe that, I don't know. I was trying to put it all together in my mind, trying to be quiet and just observe. Observation is the key. And the more I see, and the more I be saying wrong, I be trying to say this ain't the corporate or that ain't the foe, but as it unfold, it is. And I don't know what fold. It could be what we was talking about, but that's between us. When I say us, I mean the council. So we gotta get this thing together and get it together quick. I'm in the process of learning. You know, I want to learn everything and know everything that I need to know. But in time, it'll come to me. Okay, you take care, brother Chris, and may the Lord be with you as always, and keep doing your thing that's going to bring spirituality and divine essence in your community. This brother Chris Matthew, he's in Sierra Leone, and we have made connection. I got to call this brother from Kenya, brother IC, he from Kenya. And I got to talk to the brother Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahman. He's from what, Nigeria. We're making worldwide connections because we got a boycott. Hashtag Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. We got to do that to fight against racism. Let these people know that we are together as one. I mean, you might get one or two with the gun. You might get more than that, but that's gonna cease. It's going to cease. It's going to stop. Because, you know, they lynching us. They're killing us. They're kidnapping our women. They got what are called circles. I mean, a lot of our people are being kidnapped for body parts, sex orgies, blood sacrifices, all that. And even this holiday coming up now, they call it Easter. The star is the real conception of that. And what it's about is about fertility and sex orgies and all that. But they call it Easter and have a part about, they say Jesus. But in the reality, you got to look at the other side of it. And then you got to study and research. And just don't listen to me. You probably can Google it, or you can go get a book and research it. Let me see. Well, I always say, I mean, three good books that I know of: The History of the United States by Howard Zinn. That was a good book for giving you histories and the makeup of these colorful states, United Snakes of Hypocrisy, or United States of America, whatever you want to call it, whatever you choose to call it. Then I say Ma'at Comedic Soulism and Divine Providence. Divine Providence and Ma'at Comedic Soulism will give you a point of view of the society too, but worldwide, because that's what it is a worldwide global situation, from the Queen in England, from the Vatican in Rome and London, as far as the financials go, and here in DC is another part of the colorful states. And if we don't do nothing and don't come together and unify, we're going to continue to die. We're going to continue to cry. We're going to continue to do all those things. Our children will be dying before us. It usually don't be like that. But if we don't come together and overcome our deteriorations of our communities by our hand, but I know it comes from the man, the so-called man. He's not a man. They're not a man. Their system is corrupt, but they feed us this subliminal suggestions and have us falling into their corruption. We be like under robot control if we lost our soul and don't become spiritually and divinely inclined, and look at them and say, we know y'all lying. We can't be like them because of what they give us, little crumbs from the table and this and that. And the money don't even carry no weight because it ain't got no value to it for like gold and silver to back it up. There's paper money. And the Federal Reserve, they know what's going on. And the IRS also know, because it's all part of a game and a scheme that they brought together to distort our dreams and defer our dreams. But if we do the right thing in our growth and development, we ain't got to worry about them at all. We can take back this country, this world, and all. All we got to do is develop our little black Wall Streets again, but on a larger scale around the world. We got to be unified, tied together. And we got to overcome the little idiosyncrasies we got in our minds and our heads. And we got to protect one another and love one another and heal with one another. And I know that some of us have some work to do, and we just got to help each other and not want to destroy one another. I'm gonna get ready to go because I'm not feeling really, I'm not feeling it like I should, because I feel like kind of sad in my temple, in my universe. We're looking at us as a people and what we be doing to each other, selling our soul for those who give us a little piece of gold or drugs or something. Whatever you do will be to be manipulated by those in control, those behind the scene, those behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz and all that. That's a fraud. And even the fraudulent laws and the alphabet clan, do you know who the Alphabet Clan is? Talking about the NSA, the NSC, the FBI, the CIA, the AI, and all those guys, and even Mossad and Interpol. If you don't know what that is, you better look it up. Because these are the people that they use. I'm talking about not the white pope, but the black pope. That's who they use and send at us when they say they're getting too big or too large or whatever, when they have a purpose with the creator that everyone calls God. And when we're on that pathway, they want to take us off that way. They want to slay us. They don't want us to rise and come unified. I'm talking about all melanated people on the planet, because this is something we can't change. We can't change this. So that's where we got to be unified in. And I'll say it again, April the 30th, and this is Poetry Month. And what should I do? Should I do a poem before I go? This would be a short one because I'm supposed to be somewhere else right now. But I had to do this because this is what I do. So I'll do a short poem. What's this here? Oh, man. I said short and all these. My writing is long. I tell you, man. I tell you. Oh, this is what I was going to do. Did I do that one? I think I did. I think I did, and I did that, and I did this, and I did that. Oh, no. I need to find something to share with us during this poetry month. No, I'm going to do that. I need to find something to share with us. Oh, I was going to do this the other day. I like this. It makes me think about my childhood. I'm going to do this real quick. And I got to go. I told somebody I'll be there at 8, and they called at 7 something. And I told them I got to do my live report. So I got caught up in between times when I should be doing what I'm supposed to do. But it's all right. Man, don't forget, on April the 30th, those who receive awards from the Higher Intelligence Freedom Train, call in April the 30th to the Inner Light radio show. The frequencies is so high that you can feel them, see them through your eyes. Frequency, vibration, and energy of that great, still is, Sister Kern, Khadija Abdulmalik Davis folks. She'll give you the things that you need to have you breathe in the essence of not being a slave to the medical industrial complex. And she comes on Wednesday from 3 to 4, but on April the 30th, it's going to be 3 to 5. And we are not going, because I'm co-host. Yes, I am co-host, Blackanized Report, but I'm not doing Blackanized Report. I am doing Poetry to Chess. I'm doing Poetry Avenue. Poetry Avenue and Medical Boulevard, I believe. Or I may have crossed up my streets or cross streets or whatever, but I'll get it right before that night. So let me read this poem so I can go. But I want to say, man, we got to come together in love and healing. Because if we don't, we're going to get caught up in this killing. But we don't want to do that. It's enough going around because they are pulling the trigger by social engineering or through social engineering and making it look like we're doing it all the time. But see, they'll capture our mind through social engineering. What is social engineering? What you listen to, what you eat, what you put in your computer, which is your brain. It got to come back out in words, actions, and deeds. Simple as that. And I'll say this here as I be looking back. Growing up, any, many, miny, mo, catch a nigga by the toe. If he holler, let him go. You out. My mother told me to pick this one right over here, but I changed my mind and picked this one over here. You it. What we playing? Team tag? Nah, man. Hot bread and butter. Nah, let's play hide and go seek. Let's play double dutch ball first. Hey, what about relay? Two-hand touch or tackle. What about baseball, basketball? I tell you, let's go watch them because you know after they play hopscotch, they're going to jump W Dutch. Then maybe we can play some truth and dare. Yeah, truth and dare. I dare you to admit to the psychological gun played to your mind, to your head in order for you to become mentally dead or program you like under robot control without a soul. You don't even realize how much you are despised by those who have you, hypnotized by all the grandeur and fame of the rich and famous. And in reality, they have generational wealth and still hoard everything, so there won't be anything left for nobody else, especially us, because we have been biblically cursed. So that's why we suffer from the worst conditions around the globe. Only after they disrobe our women on the auction block, and we do it ourselves around the clock on MTV and BET. And maybe that's why we don't see the real reality behind the emphasization of the black male and the masculization of our black females with information from the bell curve. They have a lot of nerve as you are forced to sharecrop the clock on some corporate plantation. Without hesitation, the IRS deflates the value of the dollar you earn. So what have you learned from being indoctrinated and burned at the same time? Because you are in debt without placing a bet already after coming out of college and giving some plagiarized Greek knowledge, as you are thrown another curve by the Federal Reserve, giving you a promissory note, legal tender without gold or silver to back it up. It's just paper, money, and worthless at that. But they got the cards stacked with a sleight of hands, and you won't even see that as the polytricksters play their game of politics. As time ticks away, they say anything goes in their game of deception and united snakes of hypocrisy. But if you please, we must understand the only way to take care of our needs is to get down on our knees and plead to God and us that we trust, so that the burden of the cross that we bear will be light in our fight against the gatekeepers and the grim reapers. Because we know it's the soul that they want in the games that they play, not this day, because in mass we pray for spiritual power to live in God's consciousness and under its protection. Amen. Ashe. Ubante. Yes. Alafia, my brothers and sisters. Alafia. Unification is our call to all our black nations around the world as we communicate in love, peace, and trust. And we must come together and stop fighting each other. That's what they want us to do. And so they can say black on black crime, but they don't say white on white crime, or they don't say white on black crime that they do all the time through their alphabet clan and their policeman. See, they got us pictures as thugs and so-called gangsters on street corners where we don't own nothing. We're killing our friends up on the third floor, and we on the basement floor of the same apartment or around the corner from each other. But it's all that we've been programmed to do such a thing through the frequencies that they control now, and turning our young warriors into predators and being under robot control. So, but we got to take back our soul, take back our mind, take back our divine essence, and be spiritually inclined. I ain't lying. I'm being truthful as I can, because I'm on a mission, a revolutionary mission. I ain't no trickster. Don't really deal with politics. I'm a revolutionary from the grassroots, from the concrete jungle. And with that, I'm going to say that we have a beautiful, nice day, and we deal it with it in Ma'at, the principles of Ma'at. If you don't know what I'm talking about, research and look it up. I know we know about Kwanzaa. We practice one of them principles every day throughout the year, throughout lifetimes. And then Black history is every moment that you can think of, because that's how long it will take for us to detail our history. That is, they want it to be a mystery, but it's not. We was the builders of civilizations and foundations long before they got in control. And don't forget, emancipate yourself from mental medical slavery, and show your bravery. And come to Inner Light Radio every Wednesday from 3 to 4 and listen to what we got to say. Me being the co-host of the hostess and the mostest, I always give her a toast. That is Kern Khadija Abdulmalik Davis Folks. She's the host of this show. So if you want to know more, see you on Wednesday. And on the 30th, you better come in, because that's going to be the one. That's emancipation. This is Emancipation Month from mental slavery. Catch that Harriet Tubman train, so you stop being a slave to the medical industrial complex. So I say Assalamu alaikum, I say Ashe, I say all those beautiful things to us today. And now let me do the roll call. Let me see who came in today. Oh, we got Frederick. That's big old swoop. We got Chris. We got Rains Eric. Yeah. We got Keon Bassett. Yep. And that's who came in today. So with that, I say y'all have a blessed day in a blessed way, and stay strong. And all of us got to come together and get along. And we got to protect our leaders so they don't have to fall at an assassin's hand that was sent by the man, agent provocateurs and Negro pins. Got to get rid of them and protect our kings from them. However it is, y'all be blessed. And I'll see y'all later as we deal with this test, this thing called life. And we got to be strong and go through this thing. You know, sometimes we get into situations of a negative plight, but we'll be all right because we're strong. We're divine individuals. We are divine and spiritually inclined. And that's all I'm going to say for the rest of the day pertaining to that. So I got to go do this work on this automobile. So I love y'all because I love myself, and y'all be strong. We be strong. We be together. We united and not separated. When you separate it like that, we don't have no strength, man. You got to be like this and like this. That's our strength, togetherness. So with that, y'all have a blessed day. All day, all life long. Peace. I'm gonna be gonna seloma. Ola hino se na. Ole ole makina.